She said, "If you can't handle my brother insulting you, the door's right there. Don't let it hit you." I said, "You're right," and walked to that door. But first, I pulled out the ring box and set it on the table. Let me explain. I'm 26, been with Lila for 3 years. Tonight was supposed to be the night. I had everything planned, proposed at her family dinner, then surprise her with the house keys I'd been hiding for 2 weeks. Yeah, I bought us a house, the little blue one she always stops to admire on our walks. I'd been saving for 4 years. Every overtime shift, every weekend job, skipping dinners out, driving my beat-up Honda while friends got new cars. Lila had no idea. She thought I was just bad with money because I never bought expensive things. Truth is, I was putting away $1,800 every month, living off ramen and cheap coffee so I could give her everything she dreamed about. The ring alone took me 8 months to afford. I went to 4 different jewelers to find the exact vintage style she'd pointed out in movies. And the house? I'd been working with a realtor for 6 months. The second that blue house hit the market, I made an offer above asking price. Lila had walked by it probably 50 times, always saying, "Someday I'll live somewhere this beautiful." I closed on it last Tuesday, put both our names on the deed because I wanted it to really be ours. Had been planning to give her the keys after she said yes to the ring. Her family never knew how much I actually made. Lila told them I delivered pizzas, which I did, 4 years ago when we first met. Now I manage 2 locations and own a 15% stake in the company. But somehow that detail never made it to family dinners. Her dad actually respected me, always asked about work, seemed proud when I told him about promotions. But Mason? Mason decided from day one that I wasn't good enough for his baby sister. Tonight started normal. Lila's mom made pot roast, her favorite. I brought flowers and wine, sat in my usual spot next to Lila. The ring box felt like it weighed 10 pounds in my jacket pocket, but Mason starts the second I walk in. "Still delivering pizzas, loser?" I actually manage 2 locations now, but whatever. I tried to redirect. "Actually, I've got some big news to share tonight." "Let me guess," Mason interrupted. "You finally got promoted to shift supervisor?" Lila giggled. Actually giggled at her brother mocking me. Then he's going on about how Lila's wasting her life and how she could do so much better than some delivery boy. "Jake, stop," their mom said quietly. "No, Mom. Someone needs to say it. Lila's smart. She's beautiful. She could have any guy she wants. Doctors, lawyers, guys with actual careers. Instead, she's stuck with this loser who's going nowhere." I looked at Lila, waiting for her to say something. Anything. She just sat there, smiling, nodding along. "I mean, what's your 5-year plan, buddy?" Mason continued. "Gonna work your way up to pizza manager? Maybe franchise your own Domino's?" The whole table laughed. Even Lila's dad cracked a smile. I'm sitting there with an $8,000 ring in my pocket and house keys that have her name on the deed too, listening to her family call me worthless while she says nothing. "He's trying his best," Lila finally said, but it sounded more like an apology than a defense. "His best isn't good enough for you," Mason shot back. "You're 24, Lee. These are supposed to be the best years of your life, and you're wasting them on someone who can't even afford to take you somewhere nice." That stung, because just last week I turned down her suggestion for an expensive restaurant. Not because I couldn't afford it, but because I was saving every penny for the house down payment. When Mason says, "Seriously, Lee, when are you dumping this deadbeat?" and Lila looks at me with that line about the door, something just broke. I pulled out the ring box and placed it next to her plate. Then the house keys. "What is this?" she whispered. "Your engagement ring, and keys to the house on Maple Street, the blue one you love." Her mom started crying. Mason went white. I stood up. Guess the door was the right choice after all. Walking away from 3 years and $180,000 was the hardest thing I've ever done, but I deserved someone who'd fight for me.